The ribbon is about to be cut at one of the biggest construction projects in the rich history of Western New York. You can see Maddie Glab out there. She's going to be the host of today's ribbon cutting ceremony, an exciting moment for all of Western New York. Good morning to you. At 10 o'clock on this Tuesday, I'm Ed Dranch. We're interrupting your regular programming on this Tuesday to bring you a front row seat to history. Almost 3 years to the day after the Bills broke ground on their new stadium, the team is ready to welcome cameras inside for close-ups of just about every corner of this brand new stadium. The newest stadium in the NFL has been a true labor of love for many of the hundreds of construction workers who made all of this happen. Many of them are Bills fans themselves who've had a first hand in cementing the long-term future of the team they love here in Western New York. Make no mistake, you, the taxpayer here in Western New York, helped make all of this happen. $850 million of county and state funding laid the groundwork for this gridiron masterpiece. The rest comes from team owners Terry and Kim Pagula. The total cost here, an estimated $2.2 billion. Our 7 News anchor Jeff Russo is live outside One Bills Drive with a first-hand look of what's happening right now. And Jeff, I know that you've already been inside the stadium. Walk me through what you saw and what you expect to unfold within the next couple of minutes.
Well, good evening, or good afternoon, Ed. Hello, everyone. Welcome outside the brand new Highmark Stadium. Historic day here as the Buffalo Bills get ready to cut the ribbon on this new $2.2 billion facility. They broke ground, as you mentioned, just about 3 years ago, ready to get things underway here in Orchard Park. We were able to take a tour here this morning of the new facility, kind of go through, see the progress. I want to bring in 7 News senior reporter Michael Wooten, who joined me for this today. Michael, we were saying down on the field as we get ready for the ribbon cutting here today, hundreds of people here, by the way, Ed. Everyone from, the construction workers, the state, the Bills, the county as well. We were saying down in the field, almost a new car smell down there today, Michael.
As soon as you walk in, right, you can tell. It is so impressive. You've been through a few times along the process. This is the first time that I've been inside the stadium, and I got to tell you, from the suite section to the club area to the 300 section, I mean, it's just such an impressive structure. And I think when fans get in there, whether it's at a preseason game or in the regular season in a few months, they're going to be very impressed.
It's almost, you get that full sense, too, of that stacked nature of the stadium.
Yeah.
Right down on the field, you see how this was designed to bring every fan in there. There's 60,000 plus, kind of closer to the action. A lot of work has gone into getting up to this point. Clearly, construction over the last 3 years. Earlier this month, they're going to cut the ribbon on this and really move forward with this new facility. Pretty wild to see just how many people are out here today, Michael, for this event.
It's a huge crowd. I don't know if the camera can really capture it. It's really cool. Just behind our camera right now, dozens and dozens of the construction workers who have been here over the past 3 years. At one point, there were some 1,500 of them on site in a single day, 10,000 total tradespeople. So much work has gone into this. You mentioned something like $2.2 billion to get this done. But when you get inside, I mean, you kind of do get a sense of that, right? You capture sort of just the enormity of this place. And when you were talking about the stacked nature of it, if you're up in the 300s, you still feel so close to the action. If you have to go get a drink or some food at the concession stands, you still get to see what's happening on the field because of the way this was designed. You can really tell so much thought went into it from the team with the Bills, from Populous, and so many people making sure that this is just a state-of-the-art facility. I've been to a lot of football stadiums across the country. I mean, this stacks up there with all of them.
It was pretty overwhelming, pretty incredible to see. Governor Kathy Hochul is here, along with leadership from the Buffalo Bills, leadership from the county, former players, the construction workers. As you mentioned, this stadium, this facility, almost seems football ready. Outside, you put the lines down there, and you remember back earlier this month in June, they were able to get that temporary certificate of occupancy from Erie County, really a significant milestone. Another one here today, and they're going to be just moments away from starting the festivities here. We expect Terry Pagula to be here, Bills officials as well, just to kind of talk and remark on everything that's built up to this, because this really is a historic day for Western New York.
Hey, and one of the things that's really cool, so after this ceremony, and especially when we see you at noon and then our evening shows later, we're going to be able to show you this tour and some of the areas, the finished areas in the stadium that people haven't seen yet. We mentioned the club seating area, the suites. There is a spot right on field level for folks who are able to get into that area where you'll be able to walk up and see the team as they come out onto the field, as they go back into the locker room. Just everything, we mentioned like the new car smell inside. It's just so impressive, and so many people here to mark what is just, it's just such a momentous occasion for Western New York. This was the single largest construction site in Western New York history. Kind of puts it in perspective.
It's pretty amazing too when you think about it. This is the first time they're cutting the ribbon on a new facility for the Buffalo Bills since I think 1973 back in Rich Stadium. So Ed, that is the scene here as we get ready for the festivities now, just moments away, the ribbon cutting, the official ribbon cutting of the new Highmark Stadium.
Jeff,
in Orchard Park.
I'm curious, you know, we see you outside of the stadium and it almost looks like you're on the 50-yard line, but this is kind of a different experience where you are for people who maybe don't have tickets. They can get close enough to the stadium and enjoy what's outside, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of the design, is to bring people, like you mentioned, that don't have tickets or that are not attending the game. They want to invite the tailgaters, right? The real community of Bills Mafia, the community of Bills fans, both around the stadium during and after games. And this is one of those things that you can experience right here. This mini field. There's also going to be the family circle outside that we've closely monitored. The initial installation of the family of bison statues here. So really, this is about bringing the community together both in and around this stadium, this new home of the Buffalo Bills, as you know, what, only weeks away now from kicking off the 2026 season.
It's interesting. There are only 60,100 and some seats for football games inside. It's a smaller number of seats than in the old stadium. Yeah. There are going to be people, and this was the case right across the street, people who come here, they tailgate, maybe they don't have a ticket. A few things that are different. The way the perimeter is set up here, and this is how we began the tour earlier today, there are spots that are outside the security perimeter where you don't need a ticket, where you can still get food and drinks, you can still use the facilities. So that, I think they were conscious of the fact that there are going to be people who say, I spent $850 million in taxpayer money, maybe I'm not going to be able to afford a ticket. The Bills, I believe, are going to be in the top 3 to 5 in terms of ticket prices in the entire NFL this season. So for people who might be priced out a little bit, they will still be able to come down and experience this atmosphere.
Yeah, and we're getting closer to the start of the 2026 season. Our Michael Wooten. We're getting closer now as well to the ribbon cutting ceremony. Festivities expected to start in just a couple moments. Again, Ed, hundreds of people here in Orchard Park for this historic day as the Buffalo Bills get ready to cut the ribbon on the brand new home for the franchise, the brand new Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park.
I'm watching out of the corner of my eye. I can actually see Governor Hochul, Terry Pagula, Mark Poloncarz, and Mary Wilson all in attendance as we await the official ribbon cutting of this brand new massive stadium, $2 billion. But there are so many different facets that went into building this stadium in particular. And our senior reporter Michael Wooten is taking us inside the stadium by the numbers.
To get from this to this takes a lot of time, a mountain of materials,
this piece right here,
and loads of labor. The numbers help tell the story of the largest construction project in Western New York history. The $2.1 billion stadium is more than 1 million square feet, featuring about 60,000 seats, with nearly 2/3 of them covered by the massive canopy roof. There are 2 state-of-the-art video boards and heated concourses with 360-degree views so you don't miss a play while grabbing some food or drinks. It took about 210,000 bolts to connect some 21,000 pieces of steel. The heaviest came in at 80,000 pounds. And none of it could have happened without the many men and women hard at work. About 10,000 union tradespeople in all over the 3-year construction period. Added up, and you're talking about 6.2 million hours of labor. With most of the work done, the focus now shifts to the opening season of football, though Highmark Stadium is described as a 365-day venue. The lease keeps the team here for 30 years, one new home for the Buffalo Bills. Michael Wooten, 7 News.
So interesting when you consider how much work went into building this $2.2 billion stadium. You can see folks getting ready, getting seated, and more chairs being added to the stage as we await the official ribbon cutting of this brand new stadium. The biggest questions here: when can you actually get inside the new stadium?
Who's excited for this new
There
stadium?
is so much anticipation, and we know it all starts with the blue and red practice on Saturday, August 8th. Maddie Glab just taking to the stage at the podium. Let's listen into what she has to say as she welcomes all of those dignitaries to the stage for the official ribbon cutting.
Last year, we watched the final steel beam be placed, and today we celebrate the final chapter of construction on this monumental project. One step closer to watching football in our beautiful new home. I'm Maddie Glab, the senior team reporter for the Bills, and I'm so excited to be your MC. We wouldn't be here today without the hard work and dedication from so many people. Bills representatives, state and county officials, construction workers, everyone involved in the new stadium project, and so many more. Today is about celebrating your accomplishments. We will begin the program shortly, but first I'd like to welcome the honorary guests. Let's welcome Life Trustee and Board Chair of the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation, Mary Wilson. County Executive Mark Poloncarz. The Governor of New York, Kathy Hochul. Buffalo Bills owner Terry Pagula. We also want to recognize Kim Pagula, who's had a big hand in this project from the very beginning. Bills President of Business Operations, Pete Gowelli. And the CEO of Highmark, David Holmberg. Thank you all for being here today. A stadium built for Buffalo by Buffalo. It's incredible, state of the art, perfect for the city it calls home. In April, I was fortunate enough to take a tour of our new home. Walking through Buffalo's version of Disney World, I thought to myself, wow, we are so lucky to have something like this. Every inch of Highmark Stadium is thoughtfully placed. And that's thanks to the hustle and grind of so many. Highmark Stadium evokes emotion. When we all stepped onto its beautiful grounds today, we felt something, whether that was joy, excitement, or even euphoria. When I think about the power of Highmark Stadium, I'm reminded of a story involving our good friend, Ryan Fitzpatrick. When the former Bills quarterback and forever Bills fan toured the stadium, he was so taken aback by the magic of it all. Yes, Fitzmagic thought something else was magic, but he was so taken aback by it that he bought season tickets, knowing very well he would rarely have a chance to sit in those seats due to his broadcast duties. Now, if you guys need any tickets this season, I'm just saying, I might know a guy. That's just the charm of Highmark Stadium. That charm, really the soul of Highmark Stadium, was built by the people who walked its halls every single day. In the snow, the wind, the rain, the crazy weather, laying the foundation, placing the steel, adding the grass, the seats, the lights, signage, and so much more. You all take an immense amount of pride in your work, and it's easy to see with the finished products like this. Today, we will hear from several leaders from our Bills family and the state of New York. To begin our speaking portion, I'd like to welcome the man who literally traveled the globe to look at stadiums and what would be best for the Buffalo Bills. Bills owner Terry Pagula had the perfect vision for a stadium, and we now see that in all its glory. Terry wanted it fit for Buffalo, one custom made for its fans, its incredible fans, shout out Bills Mafia, and one for the talented team that will play in it, shout out 17. It shows just how committed Terry is to our town and our team. He knocked it out of the park. Terry?
I don't know how I never knocked anything out of the park in my life. I wasn't a very good hitter. I could field, though. Today, we are attending the ribbon cutting for the largest construction project in Western New York history, Highmark Stadium. There are thousands of people I can think of to thank, but doing that would take too much time, so I want to single out a few. Governor Kathy Hochul, thank you for your support. I don't know if we'd be here today without Kathy's support, so I really appreciate that. County Executive Mark Poloncarz. Mark, thank you for your support. Commissioner Goodell and the team, the office at the NFL provided us with a lot of valuable insight and on our journey to building this stadium. Congressman Tim Kennedy, Majority Leader Crystal Peoples-Stokes, thank you. My fellow NFL owners who voted for this project and put us on our way. And last but not least, the leadership teams of Populous, who have contributed outstanding design and thought into the stadium. We went over and looked at Tottenham in England, and I asked Scott Radisek, can you build me one of these? And it's fairly similar, but I think we got the job done. Legends, who spearheaded our PSL sales, did a great job for us. The Gilbane-Turner joint venture knocked it out of the park. They did an outstanding job of managing this project. And what I never thought we'd be here on this time schedule today, but they kept us on time, and even more so I'm proud of is our lost time accidents are way below industry standards, and I think Gilbane-Turner deserves a lot of credit for that. Mary and Ralph Wilson. Mary, we've moved across the street. To my family, I want to thank you for staying by me and standing tall through what I believe were more of the difficult years in our family history. Kim, I wish you could have finished this project with the same passion and hard work that you started it with. Thank you. Our journey began on June 5th, 2023, when several of us stood out here with shovels in our hands at the ceremonial groundbreaking of Highmark Stadium. I consider that Highmark's birth, even though there was a lot more planning and negotiating that went on before that day. I look at that as the start of our journey. Highmark has been a true partnership, a partnership between government, private business, the NFL, and our fans, the Bills Mafia. New York State and Erie County contributed. The NFL's G4 and G5 programs allowed some financing that helped us get to where we're at. Bills ownership and staff And I need to single out part of our staff, Pete Gwelly, John Polka, Frank Cravata, and Josh Zerlikowski. These guys have gone above and beyond. Our fans, the Bills Mafia, contributed $263 million through PSL purchases and helped us finance what you're looking at here today. The Bills front office does not take this commitment by our fans lightly. We really appreciate what the Bills Mafia did over our projections and stepping up to the line to get this stadium built. On April 4th, 2025, at our topping off ceremony, I made a promise to our workers, our laborers, that somehow, some way, we would have their name visible on this stadium where their offspring and friends could come and look and see their name on the side of the stadium. So behind me is a wall with, right now, 5,369 names. Of you hardworking Americans who got this stadium built. It's one thing to talk about it. It's one thing to get the money. It's another thing to get it done. So thank you. You're different kinds of heroes. We put our heroes in the stadium. Yes, Jim, Thurman, Bruce, Ralph, your names are going to stay there among others inside the stadium. But outside are the other heroes who got this stadium built. So, with that, I'd like to ask everyone to look at the wall today, and you'll see your name up there, and enjoy it. And I see Joe Byrne out there, and this guy's a rock star. Wave your hand, Joe. He's a rock star. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Terry. I love that. Our heroes, more than 5,000 people helped build this stadium. And I was speaking to someone from Gilbert-Turner about a week ago about the "We Built This House" sign and the names next to it. And he said, "I've done other stadiums before. This is unheard of. This means a lot to us to have our name on this wall. And it means a lot that the owner of the Bills wanted it there." Just think about that for a moment. I thought that was so cool. Next, we welcome the biggest Bills fan in all of politics. She's been a champion of the Buffalo Bills since birth and a big supporter of the stadium project, along with the economic growth Western New York will see. Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, is the state's 57th governor and New York's first female governor. She's proud to hail from Western New York, and we appreciate her support as she travels across the state. Kathy.
All right, let's get this party started. Let's go. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. All right, seriously? You're going to win a championship season with that kind of enthusiasm. Men and women of labor, you know what I'm talking about. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. All right, we got to give this place some good karma, right? Got to send our boys off to a great, great sense of accomplishment and victory in the wings. And so I am so proud to be here. This is a day that I've waited for, I've prayed for, and I just willed it into action because I knew we had to do this. So Buffalo, I'm so proud to be back home. And as we all know who said it, you can say it along with me. Where would you rather be than right here, right now? Thank you, Coach Marv Levy. So as a daughter of Buffalo, a lifelong fan, I could not be prouder. And Bills Mafia, welcome home. To all the members all across this country, they're watching you with great envy, but they are everywhere. And I want to thank them for never giving up, because this is a stadium where memories will be made, history will be shaped, and championships will be won. And the banner will be raised here. My prediction, Poly Markets, Calshi, or whoever you're playing, right here at the end of this season, okay? We're going to make it happen. And I want to thank the entire Pagula family, especially Terry and Kim, for their unwavering love of this community, their belief in Buffalo Bills, and of course, let's not forget the Sabres. What a season you gave us with the Sabres this year as well. You know, I came into office a little unexpectedly, August of 2021, and one of my first calls was to Kim and Terry Pagula, because I was hearing that they're a little frustrated that they weren't feeling the right amount of interest from the state. Is that pretty accurate, Terry? Yeah, okay. We'll leave it at that. But I knew that I could not let this moment escape. When they needed a new stadium to keep them in this community, everything was on the line. We had to make this happen. And I had to reassure them that I would make sure that this stadium got built, because it is part of our identity. It is our psyche. It is what gets us up in the morning on a Monday morning with that sense of euphoria, or at least hope for the next Sunday to be better. It's what unites a community in such a powerful, powerful way. It's unprecedented anywhere else. So as the first governor from Buffalo since Grover Cleveland, I felt a special sense of responsibility to get it done. And also, it was occurred to me that I would not be the governor who had on her tombstone, "She let the Bills get away." Okay, I would not let that be the case. So we worked hard. We immediately got to work. And I want to thank, after countless conversations with Terry and Kim and pulling in Mark Poloncarz and all the support from the county, let's give the county another round of applause for their incredible financial support. My ESD team, led by Hope Knight, who's here, I want to thank her, Hope Knight. Roger Goodell, I wish he could be here to see this moment. We had a lot of conversations. You know, he's from Jamestown, so he understood what this meant to the community. So I thank them. And after all, a lot of work, we secured a 30-year commitment, because I wanted to make sure that a baby that's born today would know that they could someday walk through this stadium wearing our red, white, and blue collars with their own children. That's what this meant to me, to secure that commitment. And so we got it. That is, and beyond, 30 years, minimum of 30 years. I also want to thank Bob Duffy for helping chair the Stadium Commission at my direction to help us get to this place as well, Bob Duffy. And of course, the legacy of Welf and Mary Wilson is still felt through our community every single day, and their generosity and that sense of community spirit is powerful. And so going from the rock pile in 1960 to the old Ralph and all the other names of it, Highmark ultimately, and here we are today. So you've been a part of our family for so long, Mary, and I'm really glad you could join us here today. But I'm also, as the head of the state and its budget, I'm really excited about the $385 million economic impact we're counting on this. So when you come here, fans, spend your money, buy the souvenirs, stay in hotels, go to the restaurants, and then drink more after the game somewhere else. So, but for Kim and Terry, it was more than just the dollar and cents, although it's important. It was protecting a team that truly personifies the gritty blue-collar spirit of Buffalo. That's why it's so amazing. That's why it's so powerful. That's why it's so unique. And make sure that that legacy continues. And so I also know about that blue collar. I come from a blue collar family, a lot of hardworking individuals. And I want to give a special shout out right now to the men and women later. Is labor in the house? All right, let's give another round of applause to labor. I came and visited you. The days were long. Sometimes they're bitterly cold. The rain was coming down. Sometimes it was too hot in the summer, and you showed up every single day. So nearly 6,000 of you and the thousands of others who are part of this whole effort, I'm grateful to you for showing up with those hard hats on, with that sense of spirit, and knowing that you're creating a legacy that you can bring your own children to and say, I built this place. That is part of your story as well, and we embrace you and thank you for all you've done. And to all the contractors and everyone else who made this, I am really, really appreciative. You know, I go back to watching the Buffalo Bills as a little girl, just a few years after Ralph created this team, created the Magic back in 1960. And I remember watching, yes, I remember these, I have a good memory, watch this on our little television, the AFC Championship game in 1964. And Jack Kemp, remember Jack Kemp? Okay, you're all too young, right? Look up your history, for God's sakes. Jack Kemp. You all know he went to Congress. Okay, I get it. But he was a quarterback who lived in Hamburg. We thought this was magical to have Jack Kemp in our hometown, and he was an extraordinary player and led his team. And he made when he won that championship in '64, not just so the Bills were champions, but the first time Buffalo felt like champions. It meant so much to us. And that was the foundation of the connectivity of this team and how we feel about ourselves. That has endured all the way now through 2026 and for the next 30 years and beyond. And of course, the best gift I could think of to give my grandfather, we all chipped in to get him season tickets the first year of the old stadium. Which way is the old stadium? Over there, over there. And that was something most people like to retire down in Florida, sit in the sun. Grandpa, who came from South Buffalo, Lackawanna, and Hamburg, he wanted to sit in the snow in Orchard Park. That was heaven to Grandpa and so many others. And so I really feel that connectivity. But it's not just here, my friends in Buffalo. I know it's our Buffalo team, it's our Western New York team, it's our upstate team. But I have to tell you, this magic is contagious. And I know that because when I go to McCreary's in Albany, it's packed with Bills fans. When I go to Murphy's in Queens, it is packed with Bills fans. When I go to Bravest in Manhattan, it is packed with Bills fans, and this is all over the world. People want to feel part of this story, this comeback story, the down-and-out kids who sometimes get knocked around, but we always come back with resiliency and strength. Just embrace that as our story and truly our identity. But also this, there's so much divisiveness in society today. Elections, all the ads that drive everybody nuts. And you just feel like we're getting pulled further and further apart. But when you walk into this stadium or you walk into a Bills bar, that all dissipates. We're all sensed a part of something bigger than ourselves. Undying love for a team that we all so believe in. So you'll have a beer with someone you might have never had a political conversation with or not agreed about anything. And you'll high-five each other in this stadium. Let those feelings endure beyond the moments in this stadium. Let that capture the new American spirit that this country desperately needs. We're still the sum of all of our parts. This is a great country as we celebrate our 200th anniversary of endurance and resilience and fighting back. That is the spirit of America, it is the spirit of Western New York, and it is the spirit of the Buffalo Bills. This is who we are, my friends, and let's continue the story and the magic for many more years to come. Thank you very much, and let's get this party started.
Thank you, Governor Hochul, and thanks for starting the party. I love what you said about the unity aspect. Highmark Stadium is going to bring people together from all over the world. I think one reason why we all love sports so much is its ability to unite. You don't have to speak the same language to know what's going on, to play the sport, to love the sport. And I can't wait to watch Highmark Stadium do that for so many when we open its doors in September for that home opener against the Lions. I'd like to now welcome Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz. County Executive Poloncarz has been serving in the position since 2012 and is currently in his 4th term. He has also been a big champion of the new stadium project and understands the lasting impact it will have on Western New York.
Now I know what it feels like to be as tall as Josh Allen. Good morning, and on behalf of the people of Erie County, I am really pleased to be here as we celebrate the opening of the new home for our beloved Buffalo Bills. Today is the culmination of many years of work. The negotiations between the parties, which ultimately resulted in the construction of this new stadium, began many, many years ago before any of us had even heard of the word COVID. And it was a little more than, it was 3 years ago, it was noted by Terry, that we came together on the opposite side of the site to break ground and begin the construction. Since then, thousands of men and women have worked through the worst of winter and the hottest of summers to build what you see before you. To those thousands of workers, I say to you on behalf of a grateful community, thank you. Because this is not just a football stadium, but is in many ways a shrine to your efforts and a lasting legacy to each and every one of you. Thank you on behalf of the people of Erie County. Because of the work of so many, I am proud to say that our team, the Buffalo Bills, will call this place home for the next 30 years. Now, this certainly wouldn't have happened without the commitment of our great owners. So to Terry and Kim Pagula, I want to thank you on behalf of the people of Erie County for your long-term commitment to our community and your personal investment in this stadium's construction. Buffalo and Erie County without the Bills is frankly unfathomable, but could have happened if we did not have owners who were dedicated to our community. So on behalf of the people of Erie County, I want to thank you, your family, and to the members of the Bills administration and the construction teams who worked with our county team hand in hand every day as we reached this day. Thank you for your commitment to this community and building this wonderful, wonderful stadium for all. Thank you. Thank you to Governor Hochul and, of course, her team from New York State, as well as my friends from the Assembly and Senate who are here, for your commitment to this project. The governor understands the importance of this team to our community and that this investment was a worthy one. I want to thank her for standing up truthfully to downstate interests who did not appreciate the importance of the Bills to our community and fighting to guarantee that they remain here. So thank you, Governor. And though he could not be here today, I do want to thank Commissioner Roger Goodell and his team at the NFL. Most of you don't know it, but as was noted by the governor, the commissioner played actually a very important role during the negotiations that led to this day, and I personally thank him for the work that he did to ensure that the team that he grew up supporting is staying here for the next 3 decades. So thank you to Commissioner Goodell. To Mary Wilson and, of course, the late Ralph Wilson, we would not be here without their commitment to this community many, many years ago. And Mr. Wilson's understanding when we did the lease negotiations back in 2012 and 13, that to ensure the future of this community, we had to have terms that protected the community, and he agreed to it. So thank you, Mary, and to all of the Wilson family and team for ensuring back then that our team would still be here after Mr. Wilson's passing. And to my team at Erie County, a huge, huge thank you for all that you've done to ensure that this day would come. Most people will never know how much work it truly takes to goes into a project this large, and it takes a coordinated team working towards a unified goal, and that's what we have in Erie County. From our quarterbacks, running backs, and linemen and women from the Department of Public Works, led by their coach, Commissioner William Gary, to those off-field coaches from the County Attorney's Department, to the players at the Equal Employment Opportunity Office, the Department of Economic Development, my county executive team, and to many others, I offer my true appreciation and thanks for a job well done. I want to thank my current Deputy County Executive, Lisa Shamara, for her work, as well as the prior Deputy County Executives, Richard Toby and Maria White, Maria who's here today, for the work that they did through the years to ensure this day would come. And I also need to thank our partners at the Erie County Legislature, including Chairman Tim Myers, our former chair, April Baskin, now state senator, as well as the majority and minority leaders, John Gilmore and John Mills, respectively, and all of the legislators for working with my team throughout the very many approval processes necessary to build a stadium this large. They did tremendous work. Thank you. Now, today, in many ways, is actually a bittersweet day for the county, because today marks the end of the county's story on this site. It was in the early 1970s, under County Executive Bijan Datuska, that Erie County announced it would build a new stadium for the Bills in Orchard Park. And if you saw the original sign they posted here, it said the Orchard Park Bills. Well, that wasn't going to stick. But since that day that the stadium opened in 1973, the county has played a pivotal role as the owner of the entire site. And now we turn the keys of this site over to the state and to the Buffalo Bills, with the satisfaction of knowing our work throughout all those decades played a small role in what we are proud to call the Buffalo Bills today. The torch that was the home of the Bills was passed by a generation of fans who saw championship caliber football with Jack Kemp and Cookie Gilchrist at the old rock pile. To those who saw the glory of Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas era Bills across the street at what once was known as Rich Stadium, New Era, Ralph Wilson, and finally Highmark Stadium. And now, the torch is being carried by those who cheer on Josh Allen and his teammates from there to here, with what I know will be the ultimate goal that we never did achieve there, but will achieve here, a Super Bowl victory for the people of Buffalo and Erie County. So, to the greatest fans in all of sport, thank you for all that you have done to support this team and achieve this day. This day is as much an accomplishment of yours as anyone else's. I am proud to be a part of those fans and have been a part of the county team that paved the way for a future Super Bowl victory win. And on behalf of the people of Erie County, the 1 million residents of Erie County, thank you to all, and go Bills.
Thank you, County Executive Poloncarz. Speaking about the fans, man, I cannot wait to see this place rocking for our Thursday night home opener and throughout the entire season. Bills Mafia is going to make Highmark Stadium sparkle. To finish our awesome lineup of speakers, I'd like to welcome an important member of our Bills family, Mary Wilson. Mary has a heart for serving and helping others. She's the board chair and life trustee for the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation and continues Ralph's legacy with her love of the Bills and Western New York. Mary.
Wow. It's a great day, a gorgeous day to be here. And might tear up here. But honestly, I remember 1990 when Ralph brought me to my first NFL game. And I became a Buffalo Bill. It was such a blessing in my life. And I can't wait to sit in my new seat right here on the home opener, September 17th. Against the Lions, which was Ralph's hometown. But how exciting. But honestly, Terry, owner of the Sabres, he turns to his wife, Kim, and says, what do you think about owning 2 franchises here? And Kim said, what a great idea. And how lucky are we and how blessed. Of course, this community, West New York, was so blessed that Ralph Wilson came here. And now we are so blessed to have Terry and Kim, owners, and carrying on this amazing legacy for years and years. And in my opinion, it's forever. And again, I want to thank you. I was down on the park a week ago with Sean Ryan, who's here. Thank you. That park is coming, and I wore Ralph's Hall of Fame hat that day, and I said, this is a Hall of Fame park coming. And today I'm wearing his Hall of Fame scarf when he went into the Hall of Fame. And this is definitely a Hall of Fame football stadium, Highmark Stadium. Congratulations. And what do we say? Go Bills.
Thank you so much, Mary. I love when you're around. It's so special, and you mean so much to our Bills family. Buffalo has a new crown jewel, everybody. It's so special. When Bills head coach Joe Brady stepped onto Highmark's grass field, yes, grass, for the very first time, he looked around in awe and thought, wow, I'm ready to rock. This was back in March, 6 months before the season. Just like you all, he can't wait to play in here against the Lions to open this beautiful stadium. Coach Brady preaches togetherness. Be you with us is a phrase we often hear. Just like Joe Brady's Bills, everyone who touched this new stadium project is working together for one shared goal. It's their Super Bowl. Seeing the project through from the very first shovel in the ground to the first game here at Highmark Stadium. Thank you for pouring your heart and soul into the stadium. You built this house, and you made Buffalo so proud along the way. Thank you. I'd now like to ask our honorary guests to depart the stage as we get ready for cutting the ribbon. For coming out today. We appreciate your support in every single step of the way. I can't believe football will be played here so soon. As they get ready to cut the ribbon, we're going to watch a video for our countdown. All right, we're ready for the video.
Touchdown!
10.
Ray Reed for the touchdown!
9.
All the way.
1. appreciate you being here. The honorary guests are now going to head to the doors and get ready to enter Highmark Stadium together.
A moment Western New Yorkers won't soon forget. You can see here the crowd clamoring for a moment to get up and inside, up close and personal with the new Highmark Stadium. You are watching history unfold before your eyes with all of those dignitaries, including Mary Wilson, the former owner, Ralph Wilson, his wife, cutting the ribbon alongside the new owner, Terry Pagula. What I thought was so interesting here in watching this ceremony unfold is that we see past and present here in one audience. We see Jim Kelly, we see Thurman Thomas all together watching this history unfold even before their eyes after making history in the old Highmark Stadium. For the first time, we are seeing shots inside the new stadium, from the blue and red seats to the grass field. This was a major undertaking built by 5,369 men and women of labor from all around Western New York. Here we are inside Highmark Stadium with some of the coolest features and amenities. We're seeing a new field club, a new chandelier with what looked like the Buffalo Bills logo hanging loud and proud, and the word Mafia lit up for all to see. We are all Buffalo Mafia, Bills Mafia here in Western New York, no matter where you come from, who you are, what you represent. And that was Governor Kathy Hochul's message here, that when you step inside Highmark Stadium together, we are all one. We are all the same. We are all part of that big Bills community. And what she said was that we should let those feelings endure, even when we're outside of Highmark Stadium. I want to bring in my colleague, 7 News anchor Jeff Russo, who is there in the audience listening to all of this happen. And Jeff, you know, there was one thing that I took away from this. And it was kind of emotional. When you hear the idea of family, we talk about Bills Mafia and unification, there was one person who was noticeably absent here, although acknowledged, and that was Kim Pagula. And Terry kind of got a little emotional speaking of her involvement and how passionate she was about seeing this project through.
You're absolutely right, Ed, and that was spoken throughout the tour today. Actually, we spoke with Frank Cravata earlier today during the tour, and right off the bat, he spoke to the influence that Kim Pagula had in the early stages of the design, getting this project moving forward. He said every time he steps into certain aspects of this stadium, whether it's the design of the field club levels, the design of some of the gathering areas for the suites, the inclusion of that community aspect that you mentioned, Ed, in terms of community art, Western New York artists that are now represented inside of here. Kim Pagula played a very big role in the design, the early stages, and what this has now become today. You heard Terry Pagula acknowledge his wife, the influence that she had on this project, saying that he wished that she could have taken this through with the full, the full enthusiasm that she had back in the initial stages, but she was definitely here today, and she would definitely be represented in every aspect of what she helped to do here in the brand new Highmark Stadium. You heard this today, Ed, and you touched on this. This is a stadium built for Buffalo, by Buffalo. Another theme outside the significant impact of Kim Pagula on the vision of this stadium were the more than 5,000 workers, the hardworking men and women from Western New York, other parts of the state that came here each and every day over the last three years to make this vision a reality. You mentioned Terry Pagula mentioned this, and I think this will go a long way. Those 5,000 plus names will now live on in the history of this stadium on a wall over here that will be part of this history now moving forward for the new facility, the new home of the Buffalo Bills. Also today, I thought of note was a standing ovation for Mary Wilson, the wife of the late founder and owner Ralph Wilson, who established his commitment for this franchise here to Western New York. That commitment that it will now be moved forward by this new facility, by this new stadium, and a new lease that comes with 30-year commitment to Western New York as we get closer to the inaugural 2026 season now just around the corners. But what a day, a historic day here for Western New York. The ribbon cutting on this $2.1, $2.2 billion new home for the Buffalo Bills, the largest construction project in Western New York history, and I think a facility that Bills fans in the Western New York community can be proud of now as we get closer and closer to seeing this in action for the first time with the inaugural 2026 season just around the corner, Ed.
Jeff, and we're talking a minimum 30-year commitment here in Western New York. I was doing the math while everyone was speaking. We're talking the 2055 season and potentially beyond, and this is going to be exciting for generations to come. Jeff, we're going to see you today on 7 News at noon. We thank you for your reporting. When can you, Bills Mafia, actually be inside the new Highmark Stadium and see it up close and personal for yourself? Here's the rundown. Your first shot is with the blue and red practice on Saturday, August 8th, followed by a preseason game against Carolina the following week, and another preseason game against Pittsburgh August 27th. The very first regular season game will be one to remember. Look at that. It's Bills-Lions, September 17th. And you can watch that game right here on 7 ABC. That's going to be a game to remember. It's not lost on me here that so many of you, in terms of Bills Mafia, helped contribute to this stadium. We're talking $850 million in taxpayer dollars going to the funding of this stadium. And we heard from Terry Pagula a little earlier that $263 million worth of funding came from personal seat licenses, those PSLs that everyone had been talking about for so long. And a little bit of a dot connection here for us. Terry also mentioned that he wasn't sure if the Bills would be here without Governor Kathy Hochul's support. And he thanked the governor for that support. We later heard from Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz, who also thanked the governor, and this is where I think the dot connection comes in, for standing up to downstate lobbyists who didn't think this investment was worthy. But as we hear from the governor, she said, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Of course, citing former coach Marv Levy, explaining that this was a day that she's waited for. She also mentioned that the Pagulas had been frustrated without getting much state support for years prior to the governor taking office back in 2021. She said that she felt a certain responsibility to get this new stadium built. And it comes along with that 30-year minimum commitment for the Bills to stay in Western New York and a hopeful $385 million economic impact in Western New York. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you on this Tuesday. We'll leave you with a live look at the brand new Highmark Stadium, now open, as we celebrate Buffalo, the Bills, and what's to come.